Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Being in business for over 25 years, we've learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyon, said hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We started with small beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. Today, we give you the power to grow your ideas by building meaningful relationships in the communities we serve. Because it's the same place we started. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
What a night it is in the Magic City. Beautiful weather outside. The parking lot is full, and for good reason. Two hockey teams that collide tonight that very well could be for the WDA regular season title when it's all said and done. We'll see how it all shakes out. Let's not get the cart in front of the horse. However, Legacy's at 11-2, Minot's at 12-2. That means this is two pretty darn good hockey teams colliding here tonight inside of WDA play at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Good evening and welcome into the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations in Minot and Bismarck. It's a quick 15-minute drive-through oil change. You can't beat it at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. The Lundins have been taking care of people for over 25 years. That's why Valvoline Instant Oil Change is our preferred place. For car maintenance, it's Valvoline Instant Oil Change in Minot and Bismarck. I'm Nick Holberg, joined tonight by my good friend former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, former Minot High standout, Mr. Matt Morelli. Matty Mo, welcome in. This one's got the makings tonight to be something special. Legacy's got some firepower. Minot High's got some firepower. When it's all said and done, 51 minutes tonight could decide who's at the top of the ladder when it's all said and done here this year.
Yeah, I think it's exciting. You're talking like still a month away from WDA, but it feels like a playoff game. I mean, we'll say playoff, like a WDA matchup towards the end of, like, say, when it gets down to the that weekend where you're playing for a West Region title. You rotate between Minot and Bismarck, but even though you got a little bit of time, you can just kind of got that feel. Whenever these teams, we were talking about their history hasn't been that long with Legacy. They kind of formed a new program, and so now you're talking another quality opponent for Minot, and all these teams in the West. They're a tough. They just seem like they get a little bit better every year after year. They improve. They're always well coached. They bring their game. They seem to. I always bring a good game to Minot. I think there's certain rinks that teams like to play in. I think the Western teams like coming to Minot, especially Bismarck. We always talk about a lot of these kids. They know each other. Okay, there's a little bit of extra juice involved when you're only 90 minutes away. They're familiar with each other. They know the lineup. They know each other's lineup. They're, like you're saying, these points are big. Yeah, you can take a loss tonight, and somebody will, and still be okay. But you just that confidence. That's the factor of you get a win. You're on Minot. You're on your home ice. You want to keep that streak rolling, keep playing well, keep the momentum, doing the right things at the right time. Legacy, you're on the road, okay? It's not a long road trip by any means, but just be in it. Don't get down too early. Stay. They want to probably set a tone early. I think they probably want to come out, play physical, open up, get that line of Johnson and Garley and Presley McKay, get those guys rolling. You always want to get your top guys, a good feel early, because that's the driver of the lineup. There's nothing against the other guys, it's just that the coaches are depending on certain guys to kind of, especially when they're your older guys or your juniors and seniors, those guys sometimes they gotta be your best guys.
Well, they certainly have been this year. Let's hop into the Bones Barbecue top 10 scorers in the state of North Dakota. Bones Barbecue sauce. A true North Dakota original, bottled and created right here in Nodak. Find it at your local grocer. It's good on everything, I'm telling you. How about this? How about the top 4 in the state of North Dakota? Cheyenne's Bennett Benson, #1 in scoring, 44 points in 13 games played. It's pretty impressive. So is Harrison Johnson. We see him tonight. Matt just mentioned him, 35 points for him on the campaign, coming in 13 games. That's quite a clip right now coming into this West Region matchup. Then Wyatt Manson from Cheyenne, followed by Ben Garley with 28 points from Legacy for 13 games played, 17 goals, 11 assists for him. He's really having a year. And you see Bennett Presley McKay on this list as well, 26 points, #8 in scoring in the state of North Dakota. Here's why this matchup's so intriguing to me tonight, Matt. You've got these guns for Legacy that are lighting up not only the conference but the state of North Dakota. Tonight they go against a young man in the goal paint, Luke Richardson from Minot High School. These numbers are sensational with a capital S. Richardson, .84 goals against average and a 95% save percentage, smashing the numbers of every other netminder in the state of North Dakota right now. When you've got a kid that is lighting it up that way in the blue paint for you, you know that things are going well on the defensive side, but he has really been a big game player, it seems. He hasn't had any real big game challenges yet. However, on the year tonight could really be his first big time test.
Well, I think that's good, and I think that you're a goaltender. You want that. You want shots. You want good quality shots. The only way you get better. You want big time pressure situations, and most of those goalies, you're a former goalie. You gotta love that kind of stuff, and you want action. Just like a player wants to be around the puck, a goalie wants to see the puck. Richardson is obviously feeling it. He's seeing it. If the puck is big in his mind, he's when you have that confidence, it just seems like it makes your job so much easier, and the players in front of you feel that. if they make a mistake, maybe have a hiccup out in front of them, cough the puck up, they know a guy, your stats don't lie. He's doing something right. So, and it comes down to these big games, your goalie has got it. You got to count on that guy. You can't be nervous back there going, oh God, is he going to make that save? You want to be back there going, oh man, I had a bad turnover. It's okay, Richardson's back there. He's hot right now. It's kind of like the coaches. You go with a guy that's hot. You roll with that guy until he maybe has a misstep. But for being a sophomore, that's what you need, because when the season, you're at about the halfway point, maybe just a hair over, you've got to have guys that aren't going to get panicked and lose their mind. You need a calming presence back there. You just have it's usually your seniors, but sometimes a goalie, like you said, goalies are a different breed of player. Sometimes they need a little bit of attention where you got to go and pat them on the pad and say, hey man, don't worry about it. If you say he lets in a soft goal, hey, there's a lot of game left. I always tell people, listen, 4 or 5 guys made a mistake out in front of you. Yeah, sometimes goalies just have a fluky one where it just gets by them. They screen, they don't see it. They'll tell you that. Those are honest mistakes. But when you've got the confidence and your stats are not lying right now, you're feeling it, playing well, you like, that's 95% of it right there.
Without question. Well, when we come back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, we're going to take a look at the standings inside of the WDA. We're also going to take a peek at who to watch for tonight. We'll have our keys to the game here this evening and the goaltender matchup. Legacy's got a kid that can play in the blue paint tonight as well. Brody Crumwhitey coming in at 10-1 here in his campaign. Also, we'll highlight him when we come back. Plenty more to come in front of a WDA hockey matchup tonight at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. It's the Sabres and Minot United here, the top of the ladder inside of the West Region.
On Tracker, we know the most precious memories are those spent together. From sharing the joys of fishing to watching the grandkids wipe out on a tube, spending the day just relaxing with your significant other, or laughing away the evening with your friends. These are the moments you'll remember forever, and they're all made possible by SunTracker.
Find the full lineup at Swenson RV and Marine in Minot and Bismarck, or online, swensonrv.com.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western. You can bank on us.
According to my count, tonight is the 12th matchup ever between Legacy and Minot. Before Minot United was united, they were Minot High School, of course, so calling them Minot against Legacy. I've got the overall all-time at 11 games played, 8 wins for Minot, 3 for Legacy. We talked about it off air that just didn't sound right. That's what I came up with here today. However, there has been some pretty good dogfights, including the West Region title game for the Legacy Sabres back in 2023, where they beat Minot, the Magi, by a score of 4-2 under the direction of Mario Lamoureux to win their first ever West Region crown. These two teams are at the top of the ladder inside of the WDA this year, and tonight could have some real makings to see who's going to finish at the front of the race when it's all said and done for the regular season, and it could be a preview for a WDA title game, according to what we're seeing inside of the state of North Dakota. This is our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. It's quick, convenient, 15-minute drive-through oil change. You can't beat it at Valvoline. Again, I'm Nick Colbert, joined tonight by Mr. Matt Morelli. Here's the standings inside of the West Region, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. DriveRyan.com. Browse their massive inventory online at driveryan.com. Minot 10-0 inside of conference play. Legacy 7-1-1. They've gone to the extra session one time. They have 26 points on the year. Minot's got 33. Part of that is Minot just got done beating Hazen with the JV team for a 6-point swing right there. However, when you look at two hockey teams that collectively come in with almost unblemished records inside of the conference, you know that this one is a big one here tonight. How much stock? I know that we talk about this often, Matt. The coaches will say they don't care about a game like tonight, really, because they just want to be playing their best hockey at the end of February when it really matters. I throw all that out the window because you want to win tonight, don't you?
Right, I'm with you. You want to win every game, and especially these West Region games. Yeah, there's time if somebody has a not their night, but you want to win them all, and you want to be in getting in good habits, having the players feel good, making the right plays, right decisions, because from here on out, the schedule gets tough. There's a couple of weeks. I think they have 3 games. That's a lot of games for high school players. It doesn't sound like that much, but it is. You got some travel in there. You get back late, so you're getting the proper amount of rest. You want to win them all. You want to be the feeling of winning versus going there and say, yeah, we still got time. Oh well, we lost. I don't think that's the image you want to portray. You want to be beating somebody and say, listen, where points are on line, we want to get them, because when the West Region this year is in Bismarck, right? You're on the road. So in Bismarck, Minot loves being at the Pepsi Arena, just like Bismarck likes to be at the VFW or the Wachter Arena. You want to be on your home ice playing the best you can at the consistent level where the coaches are going, wow, we've seen good improvement between November to February, instead of saying, oh man, why are we still making these simple mistakes on the ice? That's not what a coach wants to see.
Yeah, without question at all. And that's the fun of high school hockey in our great state of North Dakota, the ebbs and the flows, the ups and the downs. Speaking of the ups, Cheyenne out east is the team that is up at the top of the ladder inside of the EDC. 7-2-0 for the Cheyenne Mustangs. Central at number 2, Red River number 3. Then you find Fargo North at 4, Devils Lake in the top 5. Outside in the West region, outside of the top 2, Jamestown's also 7-2 for 21 points. Century climbing up to 4th, Mandan at 5th, Bismarck at 6th, Williston sitting in 7th. Dickinson gave Legacy a heck of a fight the other night, the number 8 team inside of the conference. Botno Rugby makes a trip to the Pepsi Rink next week. We'll have that for you on the PSP Network. And Hazen Beulah winless on the campaign. Again, those are the standings inside of North Dakota high school hockey on both sides of the state, presented by our friends at Ryan Family Dealerships. DriveRyan.com to browse their massive inventory online today. It's DriveRyan.com. Both teams are on the ice surface. We're just about set and ready for the official introductions here tonight. Before we do that, let's take a deeper dive into this matchup presented by the UPS Store. For all your packing and shipping needs, it's the UPS Store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. They also have a giant print shop as well, Matt. It's the UPS Store. Coming into the game here tonight, Minot United sits on a 28% power play percentage compared to Legacy's 25.5. You know that power play special teams will be big tonight when both teams are over 25%. Minot scored 6. Minot's penalty kill just a hair better, not a hair, quite a bit better actually. 92% on the kill versus Legacy at 79. Some of these numbers are quite impressive. Legacy's outscored their opponents on the year 75-38. They're averaging 5.7 points per game compared to the 2.9 they give up. And for Minot United, again, they're scoring on average 4 goals per game compared to the 1.73 total that they've given up on the campaign. Minot just shoots away. It's a shooting gallery when they're on the ice. They've outshot their opponents 503-306 on the season. Legacy outshooting their opponents 383-318. Some of the players to watch in tonight's hockey game, starting with the home team, Minot United. Oliver Thompson's having quite a campaign. 23 points for him coming in 10 games played. Not bad numbers for the senior captain for Minot High School. Easton Bradley, 19 points on the year. 10 for Tate Hagenau on the season. 17 for Nick Christopher. 11 on the year for the D-man Cole Richardson. We highlighted the players from Legacy, the ones that are in the top level of scoring in the state. 35 points for Harrison Johnson. He wears number 8. Keep an eye on him tonight. Keep an eye on number 16, Ben Garley. He's got 28 points. Beckham Presley McKay's got 26. I mean, they've got guys in this lineup up and down that can get it done. Bo Rashke's got 13 points on the year, 11 points for Isaac Jerome. He was our MVP of the game just the other night when these teams played in Dickinson. Is there one advantage on either side in your mind here tonight? Obviously, that top unit for Legacy is going to be really the X factor in tonight's hockey game.
Well, definitely. I was just saying earlier, you've got to know when their top line is out. You take that Johnson line, they're going to match up with the Thompson line. That's the matchup you need. Minot gets the last change, of course, with being the home team. I think you want to stick as close to that matchup as you can. You take the other ones as a dogfight. But a lot of times in games, the key guys are the second and third line guys, because when the top lines are going against each other, there's not a lot of wiggle room there. It's that second, third line pairings. What can those guys do when they get out there? You got to use, like we always talk about, get everybody involved. This guy's got to get loose. They need shifts under their belt.
Depth and goaltending against one of the top units in the state of North Dakota here tonight. Should be quite a matchup on the PSP Network. Official introductions taking place inside the Pepsi Rink. When we come back, we'll have our keys to the game, a salute to our country with the Star-Spangled Banner, and then Andrew Goodmanson brings you the opening draw tonight from 7 to 1 Realty. The Sabres and Minot United to WDA Hockey live at the Pepsi Rink here on the PSP Network.
Engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
If you're in the Minot area and looking for a rental, start here. I just moved and had no idea where to begin, but then I found Creative Property Management. They've got the most listings in town, apartments, townhomes, even single-family homes. They made it easy, helped me find a place that felt like home, and their 24/7 maintenance means no stress. Whether you're new to the area or just ready for a change, book a tour with CPM today.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. The rendition of our nation's national anthem tonight. We're just about set and ready for the opening draw. First, a couple orders of business. Keys to the game brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air for Legacy. Goaltending has to be big tonight. Brody Krumwide coming in with an 88% save percentage and a .281 goals against average. He's going to need to be sharp tonight against Minot United. They can score the puck as well. And for United, they need to shut down the big three. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. Hey, Andrew Goodmanson checked in tonight, as he always does before the hockey game. Great to hear from Goody tonight. He's always a wise guy, of course. And as Andrew Goodmanson would say from 7 to 1 Realty, Obi-Wan Kenobi famously described a lightsaber as a quote-unquote an elegant weapon for a more civilized age. However, it's different And it's different tonight with a different kind of saber. This one's basically for the region title, isn't it? Well, thanks, Goody, for checking in tonight. Didn't know he was a big Star Wars fan, but
yeah, he's all around his knowledge of everything.
I think he probably is. 701 Realty brings you the opening draw tonight. Minot's in white, Legacy's in black. Nick Holberg, Matt Morelli on the call from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. And we are officially underway for this WDA showdown. That one's going to sail just past the netminder Cole Richardson, down for an icing, and that icing is brought to you by our friends at Val Cyclery. Locally owned and operated downtown Minot since 1960. They have a full line of e-bikes that they service right in their shop. Sharpening center for knives, scissors, and chainsaw blades and more. It's Val Cyclery in the Magic City. I always like hearing from Andrew Goodmanson before these hockey games, don't you?
Good, yeah. You miss Goody. Got to get him to a game sometime.
Off the draw, the puck's going to come all the way back into United territory. Holland's back on the retrieve. Giving chase there is Cooper Schwann, and the puck's going to be taken by United back out into the neutral ice territory. Quick tempo in tonight's hockey game. Both these teams inside of WDA play can skate. A rivalry that continues to build inside of the tradition of these two programs. Of course, after Bismarck High and Century welcomed Legacy into the league in the capital city, that rivalry between Minot High and Bismarck High kind of shifted. It went away just a bit, just with the competition level there. Legacy took that roll over in a quick hurry. Here comes Richardson. He fires, save. Puck's going to be taken back up to center now by Garley. Make that Isaac Jerome, rather, and he'll skate in with it. Thompson gives chase to it back behind his own net, and he shuffles it around the wall here on the near side wing. Back it comes for Richardson. Sends it off the glass. Went off for Bradley. Now fired out to center. Bouncing puck's going to be wrangled there and moved off ahead here by Carter Hoon. Sends it back behind Richardson. Out in front of the net now. It's taken by Richardson. Up to center on the tape there for Tate Hagenow. Into the zone they go with it. Legacy's got it back, and Harrison Johnson moved it back up into neutral. Now Thompson steps in, but he's offsides on the play here with 15-17 to play in a scoreless first period on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Good tempo early on tonight.
I think it's going to be fast-paced. It's going to be not a lot of whistles. These teams want to open it up. They've got some forwards that really want open ice, and they want to use their skill.
Slynn chips it in from center. Sabres back on the retrieve from their own end. They're going to work it away back up into the neutral ice zone, where it's taken by Dawson Keller, who just dumps it right back in. Over on the far wing. Puck's going to be moved back away now into the hands here for Carter Madison. Taken back by United. They're going to retrieve here with Holland in his own territory, and Holland surveys and throws it off the wall on the near side. But it's going to be taken and flipped up off the glass there by Carter Hoon. Right back into the zone it comes now here for Max Ruud. Richardson out of the net to play it. Holland shuffles it up into the neutral ice territory. Slynn dropped it back here to Keller. Over on the far side, Schmeichel will dump it into the zone as it comes off of a Sabre shin pad. It's picked up by Kyler Renz, and Renz will start the motor back in his own territory. Renz now over the Pepsi stamp at center, dumps it back in behind Richardson. First one in after it. Here is Cole Richardson. He'll take it, move it back away over to Michael L. with a backhand. Got it up to center. Now Groves is going to move forward. There's going to be a call coming on the play. And Minot's going to have their first Servpro power play of the hockey game. Tripping is the call, and United's got the Servpro power play coming to the ice for the first time, motoring at 28% on the campaign.
Well, I think they're lazy. Either team, you got to stay out of the box. Don't take those lazy penalties like the hooking, tripping. You know, if you're going to go get a penalty, make them pay. Give them a good, make them feel it. They'll remember it. Those lazy ones kind of drive coaches nuts. You kind of got to keep your feet moving. You can't, that's easy call for referees.
Down on Richardson it comes. He's going to send this one back behind the net for Thompson. Speaking of those coaches, Ryan Farragher and Wade Davidson in their third year as the head men of the Legacy Sabres. A couple guys that certainly know their way around a hockey rink. Two of the better coaches inside of the state of North Dakota, in my opinion. Thompson got it over here to Richardson. Back up top, Thompson. He'll turn and fire. Stop is made back underneath the net. Trying to jab it on home there was Christopher. The puck's cleared by the Sabres. Down it came off the tape there of Harrison Johnson. Now Richardson moves it to his brother Cole. Back in behind the goal here. It's going to be sent up by United with a decent crowd on hand here for a Thursday night inside a WDA play. Not full by any means. However, venue that holds over 2,000. You could put 500 to 1,000 in here for a high school hockey game. You know, it's a pretty big matchup. I think we're shy of $1,000 in here tonight, probably. However, there are some fans in attendance for this WDA tilt here this evening. Thompson back behind his own net. Set it up now here to Richardson. Moved it back off ahead all the way back down in behind the Legacy net. And the puck will come back away now to L. And L's got it here in the corner. It's going to be taken here and worked away by Hoon. Picked off there. L back underneath the goal line now. Trying to work it free. L's got it again. Tries to center it out front. He does. Nobody home. And the puck will escape the zone. 18 seconds remain on the Servpro power play here for United. They dump and chase. Crumwoody left it aside. It's going to be sent back around the dasher. Back around the end wall, I should say. Comes away on a centering feed. Nobody home. Now it's going to be sent out of the zone. Sabres are at full strength. Renz is out of the box. He's got it here. He fires in. Richardson goes down. And Richardson will hang on to it. Legacy's penalty kill. 1 for 1 on the night as Minot Servpro power play floating again at 28%, 16 for 58 on the season, goes 0 for 1. Not a bad power play. Legacy's defense looking sharp, however, early on. Yeah, it's just like I said, get a kill. You might probably need a few more shots there, but it's early. There'll be more power plays. Puck went up into the safety mesh, I do believe, after it was rung off the dasher. Took a weird carom there, and it goes up out of play and back in. Faceoff will come on Richardson's glove side. He's cruising right now inside of North Dakota high school hockey. He's played in 365 minutes on the year, Matt. .84 goals against average with a 95% save percentage. Those are street hockey numbers, my friend, and he is certainly putting in his bid to be the #1 guy here at Minot High School and Minot North. He's taking advantage of his playing time, and that's what you want to do. You want to be the guy, and your stats will back it up. And you get your chance. You got to make the best of it, because you don't want to get the competition's good, but they kind of want to stay with a guy if they can. Minot can't clear. Shot comes from the line. That one whistled up. Oh, we do apologize. There we go. Puck is going to be taken down here by Thompson, and Thompson will carry in from center. Here's Oliver Thompson, leading point getter for Minot United with 23 of those on the year. Picked up here by the Sabres. They're going to try to work it out of the zone, but Bradley will hold. He moves it back in. Now it's going to be sent into the neutralized zone. Carter Madsen had it for a moment. Make that 15 rather. That's Becca McKay in with a drive. Minot's got the early lead. First one of the game comes for Minot United. Let's watch it back on the Ryan Family Dealerships Instant Replay. Shot from the line that was tipped by Bradley, and Bradley puts the puck into the back of the net. Let's watch this one back again here, Matt. Thompson up top. That might have went off of a Legacy player. Did Bradley touch it? Either way, Bradley looks to be getting the credit here. Minot United's got the 1-0 lead on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Well, sometimes good things happen. Just put it towards the net. Sometimes you need fluky ones. Whether couldn't tell if it was deflected on purpose or went off a Bismarck Legacy guy, but anytime you can get the early lead, you take it. Conversation continuing here. I think there's going to be a penalty apiece. They'll even it up. A little bit of stuff after the goal was scored. You kind of got to take the high road. You get excited. You just got to settle down. Don't let your emotions get the best. It's an even swap, but still, you don't want to get in the habit of being in the box all night. We'll listen in to Duffy Dolbeck in just a moment for the official call on the goal. Bradley's in the box. So is, I believe it's 14 for the Legacy Sabres, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's not right. We'll have to listen in. Here's Duffy Dolbeck on the goal call.
23, Easton Bradley. Assistant goal number 10, Oliver Thompson.
Thompson and Hagenow in on the goal here for United. They lead 1-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Minot's got a chance again. They come into the zone with it. Here's a drive that's whistled in from Riley Burkhart. Off of Crumwoody, comes back up into the neutral ice territory. Sabres with possession, and Cooper Schwann dumps it down, and they give chase. Comes over to Voller, tried to force it up the wall. He does. Taken away by the Sabres now. They've got it in the center slot. Blaze Miller's the one in the box here for Legacy. Oliver Thompson from Minot High. As Matt mentioned, we remain 5-on-5 on the ice surface.
Actually, I think it's Cole Richardson in the box.
Is it Richardson? It is. You're right.
So, yeah.
Thank you, partner. Puck's going to be taken and sent back away on the near side wall. Now dumped back down into the corner. Sabres are going to give chase here after it's sent in from the point. 2-for-2 scrum underneath the net. Voller's going to come away with it. Little extra pushing and shoving back in behind the Minot United goal as Voller's going to look to go coast to coast with it. The big D-man takes it down underneath the net. Backhanded it out front. It was knocked away. Comes back underneath the goal line where it's going to be scrum for in deep. Johnson freed it, sent it up the near wall off of Carter Manson and all the way down. It rolls in just wide of the net of Richardson. Schmeichel giving chase. Harrison Johnson had possession for just a moment. Now it's going to be sent up here to the near side. Garley had it. He sent it in towards the net. Got to be careful when Garley's on the ice. He's got 17 goals on the year. That's quite a pace right now, Matt, for Garley coming into this hockey game in 13 games played. Goes just past Crumwoody. Left aside behind the net. Turned over here. United's got it, trying to feed it out front to Slid. Couldn't get it on the reach. Then it comes all the way back up to the line where Levin sends it back down into the corner. 9 minutes on the dot to play opening period. United leads 1-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Schmeichel back behind the net. These two teams matched up at the start of December. Back on December 2nd to be exact. Minot beat them down in Bismarck by a score of 4-2. A lot has happened since then. Both of these teams really have hit their stride since early December. That was a pair of losses, and the only two losses on the year for Legacy that happened back-to-back. Fargo North beat them in a non-conference game, and then Minot took care of them in the following matchup. It's going to be a hand pass called on the play, I do believe, Matt, here with 8:24 left in this opening period. Again, the score sitting at 1-0. Both these teams are on quite a large run right now. Minot High hasn't lost in over 10. Legacy right there with them. Their win streak's at 9. There will be another Serpro power play coming here, partner, it looks like, with 8:24 left in the opening period.
I didn't see the call, but I think it was kind of behind the play.
Brody Berger, the assistant captain's in the box here for the Legacy Sabres. Conversation over at the Legacy bench. Conversation with Devin Blada, Wade Davidson that you see on the screen right there, the go-ahead coach of the Sabres. Serpro power play comes back out, but it's 0 for 1 on the Serpro man advantage here in the hockey game. Second opportunity. By the way, the JV game tonight went to a shootout. Minot got the win 4-3 in the shootout session. Got a little heated inside the Pepsi rink here tonight. Fans were at volume for the JV matchup. Here's Bradley with it. He'll fire it in. Crumwoody made the stop. Comes up to the line. Thompson. Back over to Richardson. Now Thompson again. Surveys. Bradley fires. He shoots and scores. Bradley's got 2 of them. Minot United's got the Serpro power play goal and the 2-0 lead.
Well, if you're Legacy, you got to stay out of the box. It just, you can't keep. Legacy's got a good power play too, but Minot's just as good or better. And you don't want to keep giving these guys chances on the power play. You know, and it's early. You know, tough when you get down early. You've got to start to press and do few things a little different. It makes it tougher on everybody.
Shots are all of a sudden 7-2 favoring Minot United. They've got a 2-goal lead. And Uncle Mo is officially in the bench of the Magi and Sentinels right now as United has the mojo right now. Here's Duffy Doback on the call. Thompson and Richardson are the ones that are in on the goal. .23 from 10 and 9 on that Minot Serve Pro power play. Bradley second of the game, 9th of the year. Minot's got to like the way that this is going here early on tonight, don't they?
Oh, real good. Good start. That's what you need. Get rolling, get things, set the tone. You want to be aggressive, and they are. They're taking advantage of these special teams.
Bucks up at center ice now here for Michael L. Shuffles it across. Brady Gross into the zone, feeds it over. Here's a drive from when he goes down. He's going to hang on to it. And the faceoff will come on his glove side with 6:24 left in the opening period. Shots are now 8-2. Minot United with a 2-0 lead on the BNC Bank scoreboard. What is it about the power play when you can get that going? It just seems like the whole dynamic of the game can change when you get that extra attacker on the ice to not only get those power plays, but also when you can convert on them. It just seems like the game shifts a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. It's just you have a level of confidence out there in the power plays. When you just, if it's clicking, that's good. You feel good about it. You're going to get good opportunities, and that's what Minot's doing. They're taking advantage of it.
Speaking of power plays, Legacy is going to get their first advantage of the game. Their Serve Pro power play, 13 for 51 on the season. It's a pretty good ratio, coming in at 25% on the Serve Pro advantage. This is where that top line of the state of North Dakota can be deadly right now. Coming in, 3 of the top 10 players, according to point production in the state of North Dakota. They set it up here. Up top it comes now, where it's going to be worked across from Garley. Down in deep, Johnson sent it out front for Isaac Jerome. Just couldn't pull the trigger on it. Jerome works it back up top. Comes back away now. Here to Johnson. At the point, it's going to be sent here. Back over to Harrison Johnson. In deep, fire. Garley shoots and scores. Oh, baby, what a goal that was. Is just on cue, talking about how good they are with not only puck possession, but Garley being able to finish. That's his 18th goal of the year on the Serve Pro power play.
Well, you talk about power plays. Bismarck, they move the puck around well, and right now it's all special teams. There hasn't been anything even strength, but if a guy's got 16, 17 goals halfway through the season, if they're not lucky, he's doing something right. You don't want to give that guy open, shooting lanes. And I know you're short-handed, but just you got to be aware of that guy. Don't keep it away. Make someone else beat you.
Hagenau out front with the puck. Oh, he fires. It hit the bar. Then Thompson had a chance, and it ends up going through the blue paint. Minot almost had the third goal on their side, but the goalpost came in big there, Matt.
Crossbar, yeah. The ref was right there. It was, those guys, they happen so quick that they have to be right there, but a lot of times they look like they're in, and they just hit the bar so quick.
Puck comes back away down underneath the net of Richardson. Bradley off the wall. It's Garley from Johnson. Let's wait and see on the secondary assist here for the Legacy Sabres. There should be one more coming.
I would say it was the defenseman that moved it over to Johnson.
Up to the point it comes now here. Bradley saucers it across, trying to feed it off here to Holland. Holland gets it back at the point. Oh, the feed came out there for Brady Gross. Couldn't get a stick on the bouncing puck. Comes back underneath the net now as it's going to be sent up here by United's Nick Christopher. Back up to Holland at the point. Sends it in. From when he goes down, he'll hang on tight to it. 4:24 left in the opening period. Another look at the Serve Pro power play goal. Johnson got it over to Garley, and it came off the tape of Bo Raschke, I do believe, and Raschke will be the one that should get the secondary assist after Johnson. Sounds right, doesn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I think we got it right. We'll see if we know what we're talking about.
Puck's taken here by the Sabres. They work it around the wall all the way down. It comes back into Minot United territory. Holland in after it. Got it over to Voller. Holland's going to get it back now. Then Holland ran into Voller's D partner. Comes up to center ice. It's going to be taken here into the offensive zone now by Jackson Dahl. Up top. Came away from Kilmer. Back behind the net. Legacy giving chase. Miller moved it away far side. Up it came. Into the neutral ice zone. Now we go for Max Johnson. And Johnson moved it off ahead into the hands here of Max Ruud. But United sends it right back on into the neutral ice territory. Back behind the net. Michael L. tried to sweep it out of the zone. Legacy will hold it in. Back at the point. Sent in wide open out in front. Johnson shoots and scores. Right place at the right time.
I was just going to say, your goal scorers are always around the net. Yeah, it hit somebody's shin pad and came right to him, but that's still, you're in the right place at the right time. You just have to be kind of sniffing around the net. That's where the garbage is. It wasn't pretty, but it doesn't really matter.
All of a sudden, we're tied after Minot took a 2-0 lead. Harrison Johnson puts his name into the goal column here. That's goal number 16 on the campaign for Harrison Johnson. We might be in store for a dogfight tonight, folks, inside of the WDA. Let's listen in. Here's Duffy Dolbeck. Presley, McKay, and Hoon are the ones that are in on the assists. 2:40 left here in the opening period. 2-2 hockey game on the BNC Bank scoreboard. The teeter-totter affair that is WDA hockey tonight. Kyler Renz is in with it. He'll fire in on the netminder. And Richardson goes down. He'll hang on to it.
It's good. That's a good save to have after two quick ones. By no means by Richardson's fault. The second one was, I mean, they're both are tough. I don't think not too many high school goalies would have stopped that first power play goal by Garley. That was a one-timer. It just had a lot of heat on it. And sometimes it's the way it is. The goalie loses track of it. It bounces off somebody. It's an open net for an opposing player. That's not the goalie's fault. That's just the way it is sometimes. Bad break.
Miller sent it into the zone, giving chase after it. The position that's got more stress on it than any other in sports, the netminder. The other thing about Richardson coming into the game, we talked about him with a .84 goals against average. He's only given up 6 goals total on the season, Matt, coming in. He's in uncharted territory right now, giving up back-to-back goals on only 5 shots in this hockey game. How does the young man respond here tonight? That's the big question mark.
Well, there's a lot of game left, and you just got to settle down. You say, take a deep breath, and it's got plenty of time left.
Thompson fires it. Crumwood, he made the stop. Comes back away underneath the goal line. Thompson, the rugby scrum for it there, is going to be taken out and sent all the way down back behind the Minot United goal. The stop in the play. Here with 1:21 left in the opening period. BNC Bank scoreboard reads 2-2. Each team exchanges a Serpro power play goal in the contest. The top unit from Legacy is just as advertised. Johnson and Garley are the ones on the board there. Bradley's got both goals for Minot United. One of them on the power play, the other even strength. Down to 1:18 to play opening period. Puck's up to center. Led into the zone. Nice defensive play from Jace Lemon. Puck's back in behind the Minot High goal. Jace Lemon might be one of the best defensemen inside the WDA, if not the state of North Dakota.
Just good and steady all the time.
Does his job, nothing fancy about him. He takes it here and flips it high up off the glass, leads it out to center. And at center, the puck's going to be sent across. Thompson's in with it, hits the brakes, looks for an outlet, trying to feed it back across to Hagenau over on the far side wall. Puck's taken away there by Jerome, and now it's the Legacy Sabres that start the rush with Cooper Schwad up into the center ice territory. 30 seconds to play opening period. Fired in from center, back in behind Cole Richardson. Behind Luke Richardson, excuse me. Look out, that puck's up into the seats, and a Souvenir finds a fan here with 21 seconds left in the opening period of play. Got to have your head on a swivel, don't you?
You do. Yeah, you do. You got to know where it is all the time. You never want to turn your back to the puck.
I got you protected up here. You know, I was a goalie back in the day.
Yeah, okay. I'll stand behind you.
I see you moved back a little bit further behind me after I made that comment, Matt, as if maybe my hands wouldn't catch it. Speaking of catching it in on Richardson, he goes down and makes the save here with 9.5 seconds left in the opening period. Stick around for the first intermission report, brought to you by Jerome's Collision Center. Jerome's Collision Center, proudly supporting our mission of promoting local athletes here on the PSP Network. All right, kids, count them down. We're at 5 seconds to play in the period. One more chance for United if they can hurry. No shot will come from it, and we'll get through the opening frame. We gained some ground, we lost some ground, and we end up right where we started. That's tied. This time it's 2-2 at the end of one. What an entertaining first period of play between the Legacy Sabres and Minot United. Jerome's Collision Center. Intermission report comes up next here on the PSP Network. Deuces on the board for each side after one. Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Breathe in.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There's some things in life we can't control. But what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
AE Construction Management and General Contracting builds more than structures. They build confidence. Your trusted partner in commercial construction across North Dakota, they handle everything from planning to final delivery. Whether it's steel, industrial, or retail, AECM builds with precision and safety. Their hands-on approach keeps your project on time and on budget. Build better with AECM. Call Tim at 701-818-0099 or visit aeconstructionmanagement.com.
Craving something real? Fuel your day with goodness that tastes as amazing as it feels. At Blissful Bee Juicery, we serve fresh, cold-pressed juice and smoothies, nature's best in every sip. Nourish yourself with our vibrant acai bowls with fresh fruit and granola, power bowls, protein balls, hummus, parfaits, and carrot cake. Blissful Bee Juicery. Pure, simple, blissful. Now in 2 locations on North and South Broadway.
It's time for this week's PSP Network Player Performance of the Week. Powered by the Aggie Foundation, Ryan Family Dealerships, and Minot State University. Congratulations to this week's nominees on Big Time Games. The votes are in, and this week's Player Performance of the Week belongs to... Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. And watch for next week's Player Performance of the Week. Powered by the Aggie Foundation, Ryan Family Dealerships, and Minot State University. PSP Network, it's game day.
The Aggie Foundation is a 501c3. Our mission is to really help out the communities that allow us in for charitable gaming.
We are so thankful for Aggie Foundation for giving us the $2,500.
I can't thank the Aggie Foundation enough for what they've done.
Aggie Foundation has been just a great partner for our community.
Some of these programs wouldn't be able to continue on without funding from programs like this.
We're always looking for new partners, new communities to be in. If we can make an impact in that community, we will.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
We've played 17 minutes tonight. We're tied at deuces. Welcome into the Jerome's Collision Center. First intermission report. Jerome's Collision Center proudly taking care of the Magic City since 1975. They know the importance of getting you and your vehicle back on the road. That's why they do it and do it so well and have been in business for so long. Jerome's Collision Center on the top of Minot's North Hill. Nick Holberg, Matt Morelli, the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, on the call here tonight. Boy, this has been a good hockey game so far, hasn't it?
It's been good. We talked about it before off air, just saying that the Legacy Minot, it's kind of turned into a rivalry awfully quick, where you can't, the Centuries and the Bismarck Highs and Botnos have been going on for all these years, where Legacy, I think that their program, when they first started, they saw success quickly. So I think that was good, and I think Minot, I think anything with Minot and Bismarck, no matter what sport, is usually pretty darn good. And I think just kids, it seems like, they get up for all games, but it just seems like when there's a little different feeling when it's a Minot and Bismarck. Look at basketball and football. It's like, you better prepare for a war, because it's going to be like a, you always say prison rule. Sometimes you want to see that. That means isn't that great for the sport when these kids they get jacked up, and you can just tell that the emotions are a little different from, say, maybe another Western opponent. You always get up for the Eastern teams, but it seems like the Western teams, we usually play them twice, home and home. And I think the importance of the points, because it comes down to that WDA tournament, and that, where you're at in those brackets is so important.
You do not want to be in any bracket that involves a Grand Forks team. However, unfortunately, it seems to be the case every year that with how good the Riders and the Knights are, you're usually going to be there. But how about this? Taking a look at the standings out east right now, Cheyenne is the new sheriff in town on the east side of the state. That's because they've got some players that are lighting up the scoring chase inside of North Dakota high school hockey. Here's your standings presented by Ryan Family Dealerships. Cheyenne number 1, Central number 2, Red River 3, Fargo North number 4, Devil's Lake number 5. Pretty good sign for Minot United. They took care of Devil's Lake the last matchup at the Pepsi rink last week. On the west side of the state, Minot Legacy. This is maybe arguably for a WDA crown here tonight, to my mind, with the way that Minot United is controlling their own destiny with the 33 points that they have. Legacy with 26 points, 21 for Jamestown, 20 for Century. Then you've got Mandan with 19, Bismarck with 13, followed by Williston, Dickinson, Botno Rugby, and Hazen Beulah. I don't know. If you had to shake it down right now on the west side of the state, I think Minot and Legacy are kind of shoe-ins. Outside of that, Jamestown, Stillwell's got himself a pretty good team with the Blue Jays again here this year, but Century, Mandan, Bismarck, Williston, Dickinson, Botno Rugby coming in at 1-8. They might be the dark horse again this year. They've got scoring up there again. If you had to pick 4 right now, could you do it for who you would send to the state tournament from the WDA this year?
I know. You might have an idea, but you can't. Like you said, you get in that tournament, anything can happen. You can't have an off game. And some of these teams, the standings, I know that some of the records aren't the best, and they're not what these teams want, but there's just some teams you don't want to play in mid-February, especially when you're at a WDA tournament. If you're in an elimination game, that's when there's some pressure involved.
Well, there's some goaltenders on the west side of the state, too, that could steal some without a doubt. Taking a look this week on the PSP Network, you talk about Minot and Bismarck rivalry games. Well, turn your attention to tomorrow night. Minot High School is at Century. That's a matchup between two of the top girls programs in the state of North Dakota. Century boys are ranked number 1 in all the land. Minot's receiving votes. Minot High School, that is receiving votes. So get ready for what could be an epic showdown tomorrow night. Scott Woodmansey will have the call for you on the PSP Network tomorrow evening. St. Mary's is at Dickinson. That could be a good doubleheader. Mandan at Legacy should be good as well. And then Jonas Nelson will have Glenbird and Surrey in girls basketball tomorrow night. There's a look at the schedule for the remainder of the week on the PSP Network. Get into the numbers and the highlights of this contest. Brought to you by our friends at Ryan Family Dealerships, driveryan.com. Started off with a doozy of a goal right there that fired in from the line from Thompson. Hagenau had an assist on that goal as well. It was Bradley's 8th of the year. Here's Bradley's 9th of the year on the ServPro power play. Moments later, Thompson, Richardson were the ones in on that assist. Then we go back over to the Legacy side. They're on the Serve Pro power play, and Ben Garley's got his team high, 18th of the year. Harrison Johnson and Rashke in on that assist on the play. Another goal coming here out front. Guess who found it? Harrison Johnson, wide open. Johnny on the spot, puts it into the back of the net for his 16th of the year. Hoon and Presley McKay are the ones on the assist. We talk about this in the pregame tonight, Matt, that you got to know where Harrison Johnson's at all times. Number 2 scorer in the state of North Dakota. Ben Garley with his 17 goals coming in and 28 points. Number 4 in the state. And then Bennett Presley McKay with 26 points. How do you shut those guys down here in the second period of play? Is there one thing that you could do differently than Minot did in the first?
I don't think anything drastic has to be different. You just have to know where they're at. You've got to know where. You've got to always keep an eye on them. You've got to get traffic in front of them. Don't give them a lot of free space. Bump them and make sure that they don't have all that extra time. I mean, I don't want to say just assign a guy and shadow him, but you need to bump them, throw them off their game, get a little physical. I thought Legacy came out the first 5 minutes of the game and was hitting everything, which was good for them. Then I think Minot settled in a little bit after he got that first goal. But I think if you're Minot, you've got to be aware of that, every guy on that line, because don't give them any time and space. They're just like you say, they're just licking their chops, waiting for some open ice, and they can bury them. Because guys goal scorers, they just have that knack. You can call it whatever you want. They can obviously shoot the puck, but there's a feel for it. They're around. They're in the right place at the right time. Sometimes do you get some lucky ones? Sure, they all do. But I tell you, a lot of times they make their own luck. So Minot's just got to be ready when those guys are on the ice, because this game gets tighter as it goes on. It gets tighter. They're going to see a lot of ice time.
Elite players just seem to have elite ways of finding the back of the net. No doubt about that. Harrison Johnson in that elite category. 30 seconds away from the start of the second. We'll face it off when we come back. Tied at 2 in this WDA showdown with Legacy and Minot.
It's the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So
hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Beastie Boys are blaring inside of the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena, setting the tone for period number 2. Minot United's in white, Legacy's in black. Nick Holbert, Matt Morelli on the call if you're just joining us, and here we go for the second. Second period brought to you by our good friends at Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you. More than 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Tonight's game also brought to you by Bones Barbecue Sauce. Find them your local grocer. It's Bones Barbecue, bottled and brewed right here in North Dakota. It's delicious stuff at Bones. Hauling back behind the net. Puck's going to be stripped from him. McKay's got it here. McKay hits the brakes from Gretzky's office. Sent it out front. Oh, Harrison Johnson sailed it over the net. He had a chance on it. Puck comes back away at the half wall. Still a scrum for it. Carrying on. Johnson moves it away, but it's taken here by Thompson. And now Oliver Thompson moves it up into the neutral ice territory and then launches it down into the corner. There's going to be
icing
on the play.
That's close. It's a close call. Those are just so close. When you're the offensive guy looking to put it in, you just have to get over that red line. The rule is your follow through, it goes through the red line, you're okay. But that was a close call. That probably is the right call. But even though you don't like to see it when it's icing, brings it back down your own zone.
Up at the point, held in here by Rashke. Taken away there by L. Still scrumming for it. Puck's move free, and now it comes away to Rashke. Dumps it right back in behind the netminder, Luke Richardson. Grows on the far side wall. Got it over to Cole Richardson now as the pressure sustained here from Legacy. giving Minot United all sorts of trouble here. Cole Richardson getting the worst there of Rude. Now the puck. Rude getting the worst of Richardson, I should say. And the puck's going to be poked free out to center. Transition away now for Raschke into the zone. Oh, big hit on the near side wall. Carter Madison bodied on the play, and it's going to be sent back up into the neutral ice territory. Well, when you've got Wade Davison and Ryan Farragher on the bench, you know that the legacy teams are usually going to be prepared in a way to come into a showdown like tonight against the top team inside the conference. Physicality, as you mentioned, Matt, has been one of their strong points and keys in this contest. And when the body's been playing, Legacy has been real good in this hockey game.
For sure, you got to equal physical play with your own, and I mean it's a physical game, but sometimes you need to get out there and hit somebody. It kind of wakes you up a little bit. In hockey, you're probably going to get hit in return, so you might as well make your own, have contact of your own, and just you need to keep it clean, of course, but sometimes that's the only way to make space for your teammates and line mates is you got to be out there hitting and physical and throw a good shoulder into them. That's part of the game.
Off the draw, blocker side from Crumwitty, comes back away up in the neutral ice zone. Slid will dump it down. United giving chase here. The puck's freed now by Miller. Miller's on the move, sends it high up off the glass. This puck's going to roll all the way down into United territory. Icing on the play, and that icing is brought to you by our friends at Farstead Oil. Farstead Oil proudly supporting our mission of promoting local athletes here on the PSP Network. Farstead Oil has been around since 1938, committed to outstanding customer service and reliability. For all your mobile lubricants, DEF, and wholesale needs, it's Farstead Oil serving the region. Along with our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Puck's at center for Slind. He'll dump it down into the corner, and on the retrieve here is Berger. To center for Cooper Schwann. Delivered off, came there to Jerome. Now it's taken back away here by United. They had it for just a moment. Now they get it again. Then Thompson moves it forward. He was crunched from behind on the play. No call there. Comes back away to Thompson at center, and Thompson frees it off Bradley. He's got two in the hockey game. Bradley turns it towards the net. Stick got in the way of that one, and it's going to be taken and flipped out of the zone here by Berger. Lemon made the play at center. Now it's dumped right back in here by United with 13:30 to play in the second. Tipped on the play, icing negated. Here comes all the way back behind the net where Lemon's underneath the goal line. Taken back behind the cage now where Thompson continues to scrum for it. Freed here, and Oliver Thompson's got a 2-on-4 heading the other direction. Dumps it hard into the corner. Bouncing puck. Nice play from Thompson. Hopped over the tape there of Bradley. That's an underlooked play right there, Matt, but that's a high hockey IQ play from the Minot captain. Puck's turned over, back the other direction. Oh, big stop there. Richardson slams the door. Jackson Peterson almost gave Legacy the lead. Thompson right back in with it. Now it's going to be flipped out of the zone again. This has been an entertaining game here tonight. All of a sudden, a 2-on-1 the other direction. Fired in and down onto the pillows. Making the stop is Richardson. As the Sabres had the chance, a couple of their grade A opportunities in the game. This last one before the stop from Richardson here was a doozy.
Couple nice saves by Richardson. That's what you need. You gotta answer. Be ready, and like I said, you can't give those opportunities to that top line. Eventually they'll make you pay.
Off the draw comes away here on the near side wing where it's going to be taken by Dahl. He moved it forward into the offensive zone. Burkhart sends it down. Took a bounce off the glass and behind the net. Now it's Dahl that's got it tied up in deep. Minot High's third or fourth line here, if you will. Fourth line for Minot United. It's one thing about this Minot crew, coached by Jason Bennett, Jordan Willard, John Grubb. You know that you're going to see plenty of players, part of their MO on the season, trying to wear their opponents down throughout these hockey games.
For sure. You got to use everybody. Minot, I think, has a lot of depth, which is good compared to some of the other ones in the West. And you have to get them involved. You don't want them sitting there getting cold for the whole period. You got to get them out there, but they're ready. They bring energy, and that's what you need.
Jordan Willard on the left, Jason Bennett on the right. John Grubb down the bench. John Grubb actually not on the bench here tonight. Puck's taken here by the Sabres. They're up to center with it on the move. They go now with Isaac Jerome, who carries in. Jerome sends it underneath the goal. Still scrumming for it. Vohler's going to take it away. Hammers it off the glass, and a collision here with Michael L. up at the blue line and Blaze Miller. Now it's driven on goal. Stop is made from Richardson. There's going to be a stop on the play. And Devin Blada, the official here. I'm not sure what the call is coming here from Devin Blada, Matt.
I don't know if it was a man in the crease or.
Might be Michael L's face mask came on.
It could have been. Yeah, it could have been. Sometimes there's a couple of rules where it's automatic whistle, but nothing. I don't think it was anything real bad.
L went back to the locker room to have that equipment fixed here, it looks like. Faceoff will come back on Richardson's blocker side with 11:36 to play here in the second period. And on the BNC Bank scoreboard, it's 2-2. Minot got the first two. Legacy got the next two. Each team's exchanging a ServPro power play goal. And this contest has been just about everything you could ask for here tonight. Thompson flips it up into the neutral ice territory. Comes into the hands now of Bradley. Puck was stripped from him there by Jackson Peterson. We go back the other direction now as it comes up into the neutral ice zone once again off of Tate Hagenau. Off of the referee's skate. Comes to Hagenau. Back over to Thompson. Thompson up top. Then to Richardson. Richardson turns and fires. Knocked down in front. Loose puck. Richardson's going to try to give chase here, but it's Garley that carries up into the neutral zone. Then Minot territory. Shot was fired on. Went off the shin pad there of Richardson. Garley scrumming in the corner with Lemon. That conversation still continues. Garley's got two Minot United players tied up there. Puck's away. Back up at neutral ice now as Bradley brings it up over to Thompson. He has to wait to touch up on sides, and Thompson sends it into the zone. Physicality not lacking in this WDA tilt tonight. Schmeichel up the wall, back to the point. Keller sends it in, loose puck on in front. Schmeichel turns it towards the net. Blocked away there, comes back to Schmeichel now. Back to the far point. Keller near side, comes away back to Holland. Sent it in, blocked out in front. Nice play there, getting in front of that one. I believe it was Kyler Renz on the play. Now Legacy will take it. They're going to send this one all the way down to the other end of the ice surface. That will be an icing that's brought to you by our friends at Planet Pizza. Proudly serving the Magic City for over 25 years. It's Planet Pizza. Try that lunch buffet Monday through Friday from 11:30 to 2 at Planet Pizza. Delicious stuff. They also have the largest laser tag playground in the region. They'll deliver tonight. 701-852-1700. Holland waits, fires, waffle board stop from Crumwoody. It's going to be taken here by the Sabres on the near side. No, it's going to be taken by United. They dump it right back in off the hands of Burkhart. Now it's fired down again. Sabres are going to ice it back-to-back times here as Minot's got some pressure, causing Legacy to ice it down. That icing brought to you by our friends at BSN. BSN creates exclusive personalized solutions for North Dakota high school and collegiate programs. From custom equipment, uniforms, and coaches apparel to fanware, branding, and more. They do it all. Contact your local BSN sales pro today. BSN, the official swag provider of the PSP network. Hard shot on goal there from Groves. The stop from Crumwoody. Now the rush the other direction. Richardson's going to be forced to play it. No, he isn't. Oh, on top of the blue paint. Richardson goes down. He'll hang on to it.
Close call there. You can't take any chances. Just you got to know where the puck is. Don't let those guys beat you. Those loose pucks. And you never know if the puck takes funny bounces sometimes. It's back in the net. You don't want to. Just sometimes you think it's going to be an icing, and it's guys catch up to him.
Richardson's blocker side here on the draw with 9:22 left here in the second period. Right back into the catching mitt to the Minot goaltender. He's been quite a bright spot on this campaign after losing Devin Keller. Devo, they called him from a year ago. Keller's numbers last year, prime time, he had almost an undefeated season. He played nearly every game on the campaign. One of the top prospects and top goalies in the state last year. When you lose a piece like that in the blue paint, you never know what to expect moving forward. However, Richardson has filled that role nicely for Minot United here this year.
Really good. That's what you need. You got to step in there. The only way to get experience is you get in there and get games, get minutes.
Bouncing puck comes all the way back into Legacy's hand. Tried to feed it out front. Bradley was looking for a hat trick. He was on an island by himself in front of the Legacy goal. Minot off the change. Carries in off of Slind. This puck's going to come back away now here to Holland. Soccered it into the zone. United will have to touch up on sides. Thompson coming out of the offensive zone. Puck rolls back into Minot United D territory, and Holland goes for a Sunday stroll with it here. And Holland will take a peek up to center. Goes off of Thompson. Now moved off ahead again. Voller into the zone on sides. Puck's going to be taken here by Legacy. They transition it up into the neutral ice territory. 3-on-3 drill. And in with it. Here's a drive. High riser just missed from Isaac Jerome. Jerome still has possession of the puck. With a backhand, he sends it down into the corner. Back behind Richardson. Back away on the far wall. Fired in. Richardson down onto the pillows. He'll hang on to it. Shots are now 15-12 in this hockey game. Minot's got the advantage, but we're still tied at 2-2 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. It's been a doozy of a game tonight.
Well, it's been, I think each team settled down a little bit after that first period. There hasn't been any penalties, so which is good. Just you want to play straight up, 5-on-5. You know, your top line against Minot's top line, and go from there and see if you can catch somebody making a mistake and get a break here and there.
Game reset brought to you by DriveRyan.com. Browse for massive inventory online, DriveRyan.com. Bradley got the first and the second for Minot United. Second one was on the Serve Pro power play. Thompson and Hagenau on the first, Thompson and Richardson on the second. Then Legacy had back-to-back goals. The first on the power play from Ben Garley, his 18th of the year, from Harrison Johnson and Rashke. Then Harrison Johnson got his 16th of the year from Hoon and Presley McKay. That's where we ended the first, and here we are in the second. Nobody's cracked the score at 2-2 yet here in the middle frame. Puck comes back away inside the blue line. Now it's going to move into the offensive zone here for United on the rush. Nick Christopher carried forward. Legacy's got possession. They move it back up into the neutral ice zone. Right back in with it. Here's a drive from Christopher. Save, rebound out front. Dell fires on. Oh, and hit traffic in front. Hell's got it again on the wall. High up off the glass. Oh, it took a funny bounce. Came right in behind Crumwitty, and it comes all the way down into Minot United territory again. And on the icing, we'll face it off back in the Legacy end with 6:38 left here in the middle period.
Could have been a good lucky break there, but sometimes you never know with the boards. It hits something down there along the bottom, or it catches those partitions in the glass. You kind of always, like you said, you always got to be ready. You got to be looking around.
Could have been a sports blooper right here where the Zamboni comes onto the ice surface. That's always one of the more deadly places for the puck to carom off the wall. I always found it interesting that Minot High didn't use, Minot United or the home teams didn't use this end of the ice surface versus the end that Legacy is on. That is quite a home ice advantage down there in all reality.
Yeah, it is interesting. This has always been this north side.
Puck comes back away to Thompson now. Right at that Zamboni door entrance that we talked about just a moment ago at the line. Lemon sent it in. Traffic tipped it away on front. And here come the Sabres. Richardson sends it back into the corner. Legacy went off for a change. They're going to hold at the line here. Rashke sends it in. Minot trying to work it out to center now. They will. Here comes Oliver Thompson. He's in over the line with it. Thompson being hounded here. Thompson knocked down to the play. Comes back away to Bradley. Sent it out front. Oh, what a chance that was. Hagenau sailed it wide to the net.
He gets shot right over.
high above the crossbar. His eyes were wide open on that opportunity. It should have been 3-2 Minot United. Comes back away down to Richardson. Fed it out front to Hagenow. Couldn't catch the pass. Now at center ice, comes back away to Holland, and Holland will carry in with it. Here's Holland, worked it back now here to Jackson Dahl. Then out of the zone, it's swept there by the Legacy Sabres as Cooper Schwan sends it out. Comes back away now here to Minot United. They've got it again here with Dahl, and he'll dump it down in from Whitty out of the net to play it. Got past his tape, and it's worked away off the top of the circle. Comes away back to Dahl. He just sends it over here on the near side off to Presley McKay, and it comes back away into the hands here of Holland, who regroups and now moves it forward into offensive territory. Burkhardt fired it in. Off the waffle board it went. Riley Burkhardt looking for his first varsity goal here for United. Taken here by the Sabres. They're going to dump it down again. And Legacy has been all right with that game plan here tonight, Matt. They send it down and take a fresh breather here with 4:41 left here in this second period of play.
Yeah, it was probably a good whistle to take for Legacy. Get a whistle, get some fresh guys out there. They were kind of starting to get a little bit under pressure there and having some turnovers. You can't, you have trouble getting it out of your zone. Just don't take a chance. Sometimes these guys, they get a little too excited. They don't know how to chip it off the wall or up high just enough to avoid that icing, but that's all right. The main thing is get a whistle.
I think that's the scary thing for the Legacy Sabres, or the opposition of the Legacy Sabres how the year. They're well coached. They've got a simple game plan. Simple, slow and steady wins the race. And when you add that with three of the top players in the state of North Dakota, you could be deadly come tournament time.
Well, yeah, they're going to, you lean on those guys, they're going to need them, and they're going to see a lot of ice time. And that's the way it should be.
Richardson pitching in, trying to hold here. It's going to be taken away by Harrison Johnson. He was upended on the play nicely by Nolan Knowles, and it's sent right back in by United again. A bit of a chess match tonight at the Pepsi rink here in the second period. Fired in back behind Richardson. Hard clear out to center, off to Schmeichel. Trying to send it off here now to Tate Hagenow. Comes back away here to Legacy. They work it around from Raschke into the offensive zone down for Max Rude. Sends it towards the net. Missed just wide on the blocker side. Sabres have to come back out to center to reposition themselves here on the near wing. Turning, sends it back in behind the net. Richardson bumped free over to the far side for Nick Christopher. Christopher gets it back. Lead passes here for Michael L. Off of his tape. Down to the corner it goes. Down to 3:10 to play here in the second. 2-2 hockey game on the BNC Bank scoreboard. How about that banana cream pie the other night, by the way? We didn't even talk about that. Loose out in front. Oh, the chance for Christopher was there. And now it's taken by the Sabres. They're going to send this one all the way down. That will be an icing on the play. And the faceoff will come back in the Legacy end with 2:50 left here in the second.
Oh, that was pretty good the other day.
1-10. What do you really give that?
That was a mild surprise. It's right up there. It's been so many years since I had a piece of that, but boy, that was quite a treat. Nothing like having a piece of pie at 10 o'clock. It was great.
Yeah. Chad Olson on the camera again here tonight. Job well done as always, Chad. I said banana cream pie, and Chad started smiling immediately. Rolling puck down into the corner. Yes, he gives the thumbs up. I'm telling you guys, that banana cream pie is where it's at from Shots Crossroads. Here's a chance for the Sabres. This is going to be a 2-on-0 into the zone. Down they come with it. How about the play coming back from Holland, interrupting that party?
Good back check. He needed that. Don't make it easy on him.
Thompson trying to move it off ahead over on the far side. He does. Down on the dump and chase we go as it's going to be taken by the Sabres. That one takes a funny carom off the runner of the boards there. And Lemon from center will just send it right back in. 2 minutes, 3 seconds to play here in the second. 2-2 hockey game on the BNC Bank scoreboard, and the Sabres will send it out to center again. Into the zone it comes for Jerome. He takes it down to the goal line. On the blocker side of Richardson. Now the puck is going to be flipped back up to center. Now Thompson's got it again, and Thompson Shuffles it back across to Bradley. Offsides on the play. Another look at the excellent hustle play coming from 17 and White for Minot United. Got back just in time as Cooper Schwann tried to make it 3-2, but Holland came back, interrupted, got the stick on the play.
That's all you need, just something to throw them off a little bit.
95 seconds to play here in the second. Well, the first was more entertaining than the second, no doubt about that. Been a bit of a grudge match here in the middle period.
Been a little bit of it more defensive, which is all right.
Puck's tied up on the wall here. Delayed call coming here on Minot United. Nolan Knowles is going to go to the box, it looks like here. And the Serve Pro power play will come back to the ice surface here for the Legacy Sabres. They're 1-for-1 in the game. And the Serve Pro man advantage comes back out now with 1:08 to play here in the second. Talk about the golden ticket and the golden opportunity coming here for the Sabres.
That's a big kill for Minot. You hate to give up a penalty. I mean, you hate to take a penalty late in the period, but sometimes it's just aggression and you're battling for pucks. They happen. Just kill it off.
Lemon trying to clear the zone. Sabres will hold it in. Sent back door off of Garley down to the corner into the hands here of McKay. Comes back up to the line now in the possession of Raschke. Fired towards the net, knocked down there by Lemon nicely. Harrison Johnson up top. Back over to Raschke. Raschke surveying, brings it back over now to Garley. Garley brings it to Raschke. Garley sends it over Johnson. Corrals it off the wall. Under a minute to play, under 35 seconds, I should say, to play here in the second period. Here's a drive that came in, tipped out in front. Kids get ready to count them down. We're at 27 seconds to play in the period, and a shorthanded chance for Tate Hagenau. Turns into a 2-on-2, dropped over. Here's a drive that came in from Richardson. Sailed just wide, comes back away now to the Legacy Sabres. Count them down, kids. We're at 12 seconds to play in the second. Puck around the end wall, all the way back up here to Thompson. Thompson delivers it back off. They had a chance, but it's Legacy that's going to carry it right back in. Out front with a backhand in at the buzzer. The stop is made. Down onto the pillows goes Luke Richardson. It was almost 3-2 in both directions at the end of our second period. This game's covered just about all of it tonight, hasn't it? If you like goaltender saves, we've had some of those. If you like some primetime scoring, we've had some of that. We also had a defensive stalemate in the second. Tied at deuces at the end of two. Jerome's Collision Center intermission report comes up next here on the PSP Network. Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Breathe in.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There's some things in life we can't control. But what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved.
Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
It's all right. 2-2 at the end of 2 periods played here on the PSP Network. Welcome into the Jerome's Collision Center Intermission Report. Jerome's Collision Center, located on top of Minot's North Hill in the Magic City. Jerome's brings you the intermission here in this 2-2 hockey game with 17 minutes remaining. Nick Holberg alongside of Matt Morelli here at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. You're like a local celebrity around here, Matt. I mean, the hockey rink, how many hours in your life do you think you've spent inside of a hockey facility?
been a lot. It's been a lot. I mean, I after playing, then I used to do a lot of coaching here and before the Pepsi and the other two rinks, and you kind of miss it. There's things you miss about it, and you really miss the players, and you want to help. I mean, you want to see kids develop. You can see progression and getting better, or nothing better when you run into them at a later down the road, and they say, "Remember back when you were my coach, and I learned, you learned," and they'll give you a compliment, or you see like a kid's parents, and they say, "God, he had." Or she, most boys, but he had such a great time and learned a lot from you. And of course, you want to learn the game, but you want them to learn about things off the ice. What kind of person are you? Is your attitude good? Do you have a work ethic? Off the ice stuff about being a good person in life in general. And you see kids when they're older, and when you had them in the program, and they're doing something good, or maybe they got kids now that are in the program, you gotta love to see that. I mean, you want to see kids, you want these programs to be successful, and you want the numbers to be good. And it's like you have a little guy and just starting out, and I kind of just tell people, let them do what they want. Don't go on the ice and try to tell them, just wreck it. Just let these kids learn from being on the ice, getting a feel for the gear and the equipment, and they figure it out. They're around other young kids. They sit and watch. If they want to go in the corner and do snow angels for 20 minutes, just let them be, laugh it off, and say, "Hey, did you have a good time tonight?" They're probably going to say, "I had a blast." They're eventually going to look at the other kids and say, "I need to start skating around, pushing the little pushing thing, the little tripods, whatever they call them," and they'll get it. But don't overdo it as a parent. Just let them figure it out. The main thing is it's all about fun. It's not about the parent anymore. It's about the child. So these programs are great. Look how nice the gear is. I mean, you don't tell me a kid is freaked out when he goes to the boosters and they say, "Here's all your gear." Most of it's brand new. I mean, you can't go wrong. You're a 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old kid, and you get brand new gear. Imagine if you're a goalie. All the goalie stuff when I was coaching young guys was brand new stuff. We just rotated the bag around. Kids were fighting who was going to be the next goalie. Yeah. They wanted it because we had to take turns. And some kids, there was one or two that just said, "I'm not doing it, coach. I can't do it. I don't want to do it." They were freaked out. But most of them were like, "When is it my turn to strap the pads on?" You gotta love that.
New goalie gear would have been a dream come true. You should see the bruises I had back in the day with some of that old gear that I used to wear.
You probably had magazines on your shin pads, on your shins.
Just about. Well, the other good news after hearing what you just said, the hockey net in my living room is getting a lot more use than the Little Tykes basketball hoop. So that's good news for the Holberg family.
I told you, I've got a ton of ball hockey, floor hockey sticks, and knee ball hockey sticks. Just my good buddy was the Bauer rep, and he every time a new one came out, he'd give me a demo, and I used to have I'm just not kidding, 30, 40 of them. I just said, "God, how many more do we need? This is ridiculous." But of course, kids, they want more. They want a lot of sticks. They want balls. They want pucks. The more the better.
The more the better. Well, both teams are feeling that way right now as well, Matt. More the better on the scoreboard. It's tied at 2 right now after 2. Here's your game reset, brought to you by our friends at DriveRyan.com. Browse our massive inventory online at DriveRyan.com. First goal of the game came from Bradley, his 8th of the year, assisted by Thompson and Hagenau. Then United went on the ServPro power play, and Bradley got another one. That time he was assisted by Richardson and Thompson. Bradley's 9th of the year. Legacy had a ServPro power play back in the first that they converted on. Ben Garley's 18th of the year. Harrison Johnson and Raschke assisted on the play. Then they get another one even strength. This time it's Harrison Johnson, assisted by Presley McKay and Hoon on the goal. Nothing to report in the scoring column in the second, but we did have some highlights in that middle period. Mostly goaltender saves and some hits. Here you see a chance that Richardson shuts down from the Legacy Sabres. Shots are 20-13 on the BNC Bank scoreboard right now, heading into this third period of play, favoring Minot United. United's had 2 power plays. They're 1 for 2 on the advantage. Both those power plays came in the first. For the Legacy Sabres, they're 1 for 2 as well. on the advantage here in the Serve Pro power play. In this game, we had highlights all the way till the end of the period. You see the buzzer beater there. That's where we land at the end of 2 periods played. Schedule for the rest of the week looks like this. St. Mary's and Dickinson tomorrow in WDA basketball. It's a doubleheader. So is Minot High and Century. That's a marquee matchup. So is Mandan and Legacy tomorrow night. Glenburn and Surrey could be good in girls hoops as well. And then on Saturday afternoon, Jonas Nelson has DOB and MLS. And a high school boys hoops matchup coming your way next week. Player of the week was announced earlier on today. Congratulations. Oh, this is an old player of the week. We do apologize. Oakley Trueblood was supposed to be up for that award here this week. Oakley Trueblood is the one that wins that award this week. This is the right graphic for you folks. Trueblood and Richardson were both up for it. Trueblood ended up being the recipient of this week's Minot State University and Ryan Family Dealerships, along with Aggie Foundation's Player Performance of the Week. Big thank you once again to all those sponsors for doing what they do to help us promote local athletes here on the PSP Network. 2 minutes away from the start of the third. I wouldn't go anywhere just yet. Could be a real barn burner of a third period coming up. Deadlocked at 2 at the end of 2. Third period faceoff comes up next here on the PSP Network.
At the same time, or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Ferendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Ferendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Minot United goaltender Luke Richardson, seen 13. He stopped 12 of them. From Woody on the other side has seen 20. He stopped 18. Time for our third period of play. Welcome back into tonight's live call of Legacy at Minot United. Nick Holberg, Matt Morelli on the call here tonight. And here we go for the third. United's in white. Legacy is in black if you're just joining us. Puck sent back in behind the net. 40 seconds remain of Serve Pro power play time here for the Legacy Sabres. As the puck is sent to the other end of the ice surface, Crumwoody's out of the net to play it where he leaves it here. And now on the move, we go back the other direction for the Sabres as it's going to be carried forward by Ben Garley. Sends it down underneath the net. Richardson left it behind the cage. Nobody there for Minot United, however, on the defensive front. Comes back away down to Presley McKay. He's got it back here. Trying to go to Harrison Johnson at the point. Sent all the way down. And Minot United's kill continues to impress, floating at 90% on the year, Matt. 92%. Give them the credit where the credit's due here.
That's a good kill. I mean, anytime you're around just up mid-80s is good. I mean, not to mention 90%. Another good kill for Minot. That's what you got to do. You got to be up to the task. You go short-handed, it's going to happen. It's not going to have game. You're always going to be a short sometimes, but just kill them off. Don't make it easy on the power play.
Minot again this year has been one of the most disciplined teams in the state. 56 penalties taken compared to the 67 that they've drawn on the year.
Real good. It's always been kind of a problem for Minot in the past.
Puck's at center now into the zone. They come with it. Sent in from Holland. Back away here on the near side wing. Michael L's got it. Todd Angle. L's going to take it back behind the net. Sends it up on Gretzky's office. Trying to shuffle it off ahead here to Christopher. Now Holland sends it back in. But it's taken by the Sabres. And out from Berger it comes. L on the forecheck here. But it's Legacy that's got possession. Berger dumps it back in behind the netminder Luke Richardson. Left it behind the net here where it's going to be picked up by Nick Christopher. And Christopher will start the rush off the glass. Held in at the point, however, there from Raschke. Raschke moved it out front. Here's a drive knocked down from Voller in front of the net.
Oh, he had a guy breaking on his left. It would have been a tap in.
Tipped out in front. Tipped wide, however. The puck's going to be taken here from Schmeichel. Trying to lead it out to Slind. All the way down it comes, and this will be an icing. Here with 14:41 to play in regulation. That icing brought to you by Planet Pizza, proudly serving the Magic City for over 25 years. They have the best chicken wings in town. I'm not just saying that. Planet Pizza really does. Try their giant lunch buffet and stop in for a game of laser tag inside the largest laser tag playground in the region. It's Planet Pizza. MSU brings you the game tonight as well. Be seen, be heard, be you. Minot State University. More than 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Hagenau will send it in back behind Crumwhite. Way to the near side. Sent down front by Thompson. Nobody there. And we go back up to center now on the rush. It's taken by Garley, and he'll dump it down into the corner. Bennett Presley McKay there, along with Harrison Johnson. Oh, it's tipped out in front. Save from Richardson. Another opportunity, and the puck escapes here on the near side. And now United will clear it out back into the Legacy's end. Down for an icing, and the Sabres had another grade A opportunity out in front of the Minot United net.
Boy, Minot dodged a bullet there. He just, anytime you got a couple guys in front, you got to get those sticks up. You can't let those guys get their sticks on for a deflection. Those are tough nightmares for goalies. Just don't give them anything easy right now.
Renz in on the draw against Nolan Knowles here. Renz will win it back up to the point. Hops over the tape of the D-man Berger. Berger's got to come back to retrieve. Legacy last year ended up going 13-8-1-2. Overall on their campaign. They went 11-5, which was good enough for third inside of the WDA regular season standings. But they lost to this arena 4-2 to Mandan in the state play-in game last year, which was a bit of a shock. But the goaltending for Mandan was so superb last year, it sent the Braves back to the state tournament. Legacy's got one region crown that came back in 2023 in their second year of existence, under the direction of Mario Lamoureux, the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux captain. One of our colleagues here on the PSP Network. Talk about a hockey brain. Mario Lamoureux certainly got one of those, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. You got guys that got experience. Bismarck's always got some good coaches. They got guys down there know what they're doing.
Saw a post from Mike Peluso the other day on Facebook that there was some pictures at the old VFW Sports Center that were taken down. I always used to love that about the VFW, the legendary photos of their state title teams and the youth programs.
Kept those up.
Pioneers back in the day, Peluso and Vig and company. Some pretty good hockey back in the late 80s, early 90s for Jimmy Peluso's team, the Bismarck Demons back in the day.
Coached a long time.
Puck's going to be sent towards the Minot United goal. It goes up and into the protective mesh. Almost caught the young man standing right behind the dig it up side here. Right into that protective mesh it goes. There's signs all the way up there on that mezzanine that say, be careful, because that mesh can catch you in the face. It won't be the mesh, it'll be the puck with only a little string of mesh in between. You got to be careful up there. Those young men were just fine. Puck's loose out in front. Still loose in front of Richardson. Comes back to the far point. Raschke across to his partner. Sent in. Loose in front to the United goal. Still a scrum for it. They continue to scrum, and it comes back away now here for Lemon. And Lemon will send it off the glass and out of the zone. Raschke back on the retrieve. Sends it up to neutral now for Madison. Upended by Brady Gross on the play. Still moved into the zone, however. Now it's going to be hammered up the wall, and it comes all the way back into Legacy territory. Minot's on the rush here, and offensive land they went, but offsides here on Nick Christopher with 12:10 to play in the third period. Remember how good Mike Peluso was back in the day?
Pretty solid. He used to skate with him in the summertime down there at the VFW, and just going to work out. He was probably he's a little younger. And it was always good workouts. They'd get 6-7 Bismarck guys and bring some Minot guys. We'd drive up there and skate, and we'd always have just like drop-in hockey. All you do is just have open ice tinny and great times.
Never get rough at any time?
No, not really got rough, but there was a lot of good players down there.
Icing on the play, 11:55 to play here in the third. Speaking of good players, one of them on the bench now for the Legacy Sabres, Ryan Farragher, their go-ahead coach, one of the best goaltenders to ever play for the Bismarck Bobcats. Originally from Thunder Bay, Ontario. I saw him try out for the Bobcats as a 17-year-old. The first year that he came to that camp, he didn't make the cut. Came back the following year.
Lit it up, I bet.
And he lit it up, no doubt about it. Went on to play at St. Cloud State before being drafted by Anaheim, playing in the American Hockey League and the Ducks organization. I'll never forget that. He was back in the North American League days. That's when I was working for the Bismarck Bobcats, and Farragher came down. Dane Litke was the head coach of the Bismarck Bobcats, and I was real high on Farragher. I had no say in that matter at all of who was going to make the team, but study goaltenders, and I knew that kid was special. No doubt about it. They went with 2 Swedish kids instead. It was a package deal to get the 2 Swedes. They showed out just about as good as my golf game does on a early Saturday afternoon, which isn't very good, by the way. That puck comes out almost into the goal. It comes back away on the near side. And up to center ice we go down for the Sabres once again. Comes back away to the far wing. Picked up here by Schmeichel, trying to backhand it away out of the zone. Comes back down to Voller. Voller with a backhand. Leaves it back away here on the near side wing, where it's going to come into the hands of Nolan Knowles. Back at center. It's going to be dumped right back in. Talk about a seesaw struggle in this hockey game defensively tonight for both clubs, eh?
Yeah, it's been kind of a battle this half a second, this third period. Neither team wants to, they're a little sloppy at times. They don't want to make a mistake.
Sabres with possession now away to the near side wing. Back into Minot. Christopher tried to move it forward. Here comes a slap shot from the line. That bouncing puck went down to the corner. Then Christopher tattooed down in deep. One of the bigger hits of the game. Blaze Miller got the best of Christopher. Miller's going to try to hold it there. He can't. We're under 10 to play in the third period. 2-2 hockey game on the BNC Bank scoreboard. In on Richardson. He'll make the stop. And he hangs on to it here with 9:43 left in the third. Shots are at 20-16, favoring Minot United. But we're tied at 2-2 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It almost feels like a scenario where the next goal wins, or maybe that opens up the floodgates on both sides. That's what happened in the first, at least.
I was just telling Chad that between periods, one goal might take this thing tonight.
Minot coming in with a record of 8-0 inside of the conference. 7-1-1 for the Legacy Sabres. The top 2 teams in the WDA locking horns here tonight. It's been as advertised. Up at the point. Here's a drive. Levin sends it in. Crumwitty made the stop with the blocker. Comes back up now to Richardson. He'll send it towards the net. Crumwitty goes down. And he'll make the save here with 9:22 left in the third period. Still 2-2 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Yeah, Legacy last year, a team that was one of the favorites to go to the state tournament from the West region. Not able to get in. Minot, on the other hand, had one of their best records and best seasons in program history. They went 25-2. They lost to Mandan and Red River. That's pretty good company to be at the top of that ladder at 25-2. Lost to Red River in the state semifinals. Beat West Fargo the next day for third at the state tournament in an epic hockey game. Game that saw your son, Max Morelli, become the all-time leading goal getter at Minot High School, passing Tom Fillion.
That was a good game. West Fargo had a good, tough team last year.
Here's Hagedal, moves it forward, now to L. He's into the zone with it, sends it in. Crumwoody into the catching mitts, and the Legacy netminder will hang on to it. Here with 8:39 left in regulation. MVP in the game tonight brought to you by Sport Clips, home to the MVP haircut experience. I've got the app. My son Ike and I were there today. We got fresh cuts at Sport Clips. Signed it on the app. It was quick. It was convenient. They do a fantastic job. Sport Clips about it in Bismarck. Move of the game tonight brought to you by our friends at Magic City Home Leisure. And Spas Accenture, Magic City Home Leisure here in the Magic City. Spas Accenture, the brother company down in Bismarck. Bouncing puck up to the line, held here. Now Minot's going to bring it out from Thompson. Got it ahead, tried to feed Bradley. Comes all the way down, icing waved off as Bradley had touched it. Underneath the net now, Bradley trying to feed it out front. Nice defensive stick on puck coming there from Miller. Hagedal got it back to Bradley. He's got 2 in the hockey game, trying to feed it out front. Backhands it back behind the net, trying to give it off to Thompson, but Miller's going to have it here. Out of the zone it comes, and now Legacy's caught in a change. Minot's got to go quick here. They do. Thompson carries it back in. Thompson, toe drag out front. He's hauled up on the play. Minot's going to go back to the Serve Pro power play. Delayed call on the ice surface here as Richardson has it. Moves it up top. Got it over to Keller. Keller fanned the shot. Came to Holland. Then it's touched finally by Legacy. And the Serve Pro power play comes back to the ice here for Minot United with 7:29 left in the third. They're 1 for 2 in the hockey game. And talk about a primetime opportunity here for the home team.
Just going to say that's exactly what you're looking for right now is a power play. It's been good so far. You just got to make it count. Get some good puck movement. Get some pucks on net. I don't think we had as many shots as we wanted the last one. So now it's time to cash it in here.
7:29 left in regulation. Serve Pro power play out for United. Up top for Lemon. He's got it here. Lemon shuffles it down into the corner. Sent back away all the way up now to Holland here at the line. Got it back over to L. L fires it on. Blocker stop is made. Raschke's had a good game tonight on the back end here for the Legacy Sabres, hasn't he?
Oh, he's been pretty steady. Most play has been real good. Nobody has really done anything glaring. It's just a matter of finishing your setups. There's been some good chances. It's been good both sides, and it's been pretty clean. Refs have called it just the way exactly. They haven't. It's been pretty even.
Richardson from his own end. Got it off here now to Thompson. Trying to feed it out front there to Christopher. Christopher's going to go after it back underneath the goal. Comes back away now to Hagedal with a backhand. Got it over to Bradley. Up top for Thompson. Shuffled off here now to Richardson. Out front. Comes back to Bradley. Turns and fires. The puck was on end and it went up over the net. Thompson to hold it at the line. Got it back away now to Richardson. Richardson wheeling, dealing, fires. Oh, big pad save. Comes back away to Thompson. Sent it through the goal mouth and wide. Bradley tried to send it over to Richardson. Nobody there. Here come the Sabres shorthanded. They send it all the way down. And the final 30 seconds will tick down here in the Serve Pro power play for Minot United.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication there. I don't think he was expecting the pass, but you got to talk a little more. Sometimes I think these guys don't, most of the time communication is good, but you got to be talking all the time.
Puck's underneath the goal now. Comes back away here on the near side wing. With it is Christopher, sends it over. Thompson sent it out front. Big pad save. Loose in front of the net. Now Richardson turns and fires. It was blocked out in front by Johnson. Johnson took that one right in the belly. And that will do it for the Serve Pro power play for Minot United. Holland dumps it into the zone. Harrison Johnson, that's a stat you're not going to see on NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com. The block shots category, but he put his body right in harm's way on that one to prevent Minot from going up in a big way here late to this contest.
Definitely not glamorous blocking shots, but it takes a sacrifice. You got to put your body out there. It doesn't feel good, but I tell you, your goalie will Well, thank you. And you're taking it for the team. It's what good players do. You can't be afraid to block shots. A lot of guys are. It's like, oh boy, you just got to get in the way, and it's part of the game. You're just, like you said, you're laying your body out there. It's not fun, but the coaches notice that kind of stuff.
Back in behind the net here for the Sabres. Dished off on the near side from Brody Berger. Legacy up to center now. This is Kyler Renz. Dished it off into the offensive zone. They come with it. Schwad sent it out front. Comes back all the way up to the line. Minot's going to have a 2-on-1 into the zone here. Nolan Knowles waits, turns, and fires. Oh, Crumwitty denied him on the play. Excellent feed there from Nolan Knowles. He had everybody in the Mesa Arena psyched out on that play. Dumped in from center. Under 4.5 to play in regulation. This one's got the makings to have some fireworks tonight, folks. 4-2 was the score in Bismarck earlier on this year. Minot had the win there.
Getting down to crunch time.
Holland back at his own end. Knocked down by Raschke at center. Raschke will take it and turn it back in behind Richardson. Minot goaltender under the net to sweep it free. Puck came back away now into the hands here of Max Johnson. Turn back up to the point. Raschke turns and fires loose in front. Oh, Michael L. got tattooed with that one. He's still on the ice surface. L's going to get off to the bench, and he is in all sorts of pain here.
Talk about blocking shots. Most of them don't feel good, but boy, it takes a man to block those. That's just the way it is sometimes.
Bennett Presley McKay's got Garley with him on the chance. Sent out front. Oh, went off for Richardson's catching mitt. Then Richardson goes down. He's going to hang on to it.
Yeah, don't take any chances. Take the whistle. Get some fresh guys out there. Sometimes it's so back and forth. You need a whistle to calm things down a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that.
Chances on both sides of this hockey game. Minot's got the shot advantage at 28-17, but we're still deadlocked at deuces, Matt. This one has been worth the price of admission and a box of popcorn tonight at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Christopher Ford into the zone. He comes with it. Ends up down, back up. Oh, it was almost tipped out in front by Miller. And the puck's going to be taken now by Thompson. Thompson down to the corner. Back to Nick Christopher. Regains possession only for a moment back in deep. Now Harrison Johnson's got it with a backhand. Sent it up to Presley McKay, and it comes back away in the D zone for the Sabres, where they moved it off ahead from Brody Berger. 2:30 left in the third. Better buckle up tight. Next goal seems to be the one that could win this thing here tonight. Back in with the puck now. Here's a drive blocked in front there by Lemon as he put the body in front of that. Twisted wrister coming back here. Back at the line. Another drive on goal into the catching mitt. It goes as Carter Hoon sent it in. And Luke Richardson shut the door on the play.
You're down to 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes. Just don't take any chances. You don't have a play, chip it off the glass and out. That's the easiest play in hockey. Just chip it out of your zone. It takes all the pressure off being in your own zone. The defensive zone is so many bad things can happen down there. You don't have to be fancy, but you're 5-10 feet from the blue line. It's got to be out anywhere near you. You have to handle it. I don't care how you get it on your stick, but just get it out of the zone so you can forces the offensive guys. They've got to get out. There's nothing wrong with that. You take those, even if it's a turnover, it's out of your zone. You get guys to get back to their positions. It's all about playing your position.
Big face-off about its head. Won by the Sabres. Back up at the point. Far side Raschke. Sent it towards the goal. Richardson's got it. Uh-oh, you better hang on tight. Now we're going to have some pushing and shoving. Hasn't been too heated of a game by any means here tonight, but as Todd Domery says it best, this one's officially in the pressure cooker.
Yeah, I would say so. A little 2:08 to go. No, you don't want to make that crucial. Neither team wants to make a mistake that's going to put you lead to a good scoring chance for the other player. At this point, you're almost just like, let's get out of here, get to the overtime, go from there, take your chances, and we'll see what happens. But your goalie still has to make those saves.
2 minutes, 6 seconds away from Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads postgame show here this evening. Bouncing puck back up at the line. Here on the rush comes Nolan Knowles, turning free. Knowles will turn and fire from when he goes down, and he hangs on to it.
That was good hustle by Knowles. You get an opportunity like that, yeah, turn the wheel, turn the Jets on and go. Get good shot on net. That's make him come out and play you. That's good. Last thing you want to do right now is miss the net. It's an easy breakout for Legacy.
Under 2 to play in regulation. Thompson on the far wing. Got it over to Bradley. He's got 2 goals in the hockey game. Puck comes back away now into the hands here of the Legacy Sabres. They've got possession. It's turned over. Thompson's got it out front. Looking for some help here. Comes to Bradley. And it swept over his tape. And now it comes the other direction here for the Sabres as Garley tried to feed it out front. Here's a drive. Richardson made the save. Then Harrison Johnson on the odd angle fired it forward, and it comes back into the possession of United on the wall here. Stripped away from Richardson by Johnson. Back out front, trying to feed it off into the hands now here of Peterson. Sent out front. Oh, Harrison Johnson was on the doorstep, and the puck's going to come back away now to Richardson, trying to clear it. Can't quite do so. Puck is still tied up. Now it's going to come back here to Lemon. Lemon will try to shuffle it off ahead.
I don't think Johnson expected it. I think he was wide open, but he got there so quick. He surprised him maybe.
Calling it right now. These two teams, my pick to play for a WDA tournament title this year. How about that goal? Top shelf, he shoots and scores. Isaac Jerome with a big one. Oh my goodness. Watch this one back on the Ryan Family Dealerships instant replay. Right to the top shelf, and Jerome gives the Sabres a 3-2 lead with 39.5 seconds left here in regulation.
Nah, if you're Minot, maybe you got to call a timeout.
It's exactly what they do, Matt. First International Bank and Trust, timeout on the ice surface.
We talked about turnovers. You can't. They're never good anytime, but when you're in a tie game, you don't want to be too fancy, especially in the neutral zone. I didn't see exactly what happened the whole thing, but Minot lost the puck, and it was ended up being a 3-on-2, and the Legacy player had a full head of steam, and he made a, I want to say it was Rentz, and he just turned that defenseman inside and out just because he had so much speed. He fed it over to Jerome there, and he said, you can't give these teams chances like that. You can't fault Richardson on that. That's a tough play when you're late in the game and come down on 3-on-2.
39.5 seconds left of the game. Here's Duffy Doback. Jerome from Schwann and Renz. Well, we called that the next goal could win it. Will that be the case tonight? 38 seconds left in regulation. When will Minot vacate the net over to our right? Maybe now, as there's an icing on the play.
That helps. Yeah, that helps. You take it. Yeah, you got nothing to lose. You got to do it.
Luke Richardson comes off. Minot's going to put the extra attacker out. Isaac Jerome was our MVP on Tuesday night when Dickinson played Legacy in Dickinson. They got out of there with a 2-0 win. Jerome was the MVP of the contest, brought to you by Sport Clips. He's in the driver's seat for that award here tonight. Off the draw, the puck escapes the zone, and it comes back away down to Richardson here on the near side. Kids, get ready to cut him down. We're down to 20 seconds to play in regulation. Christopher turns it Up towards the goal, loose in front of the net. Thompson trying to get a hand on it. Now Holland's got it. Cut him down, 10 seconds to play. Now 9-8, now 7. Back up, Holland's going to fire, sent it wide. Comes back away down to Richardson, sent it towards the net. Bouncing puck comes back away here to Richardson. They fire on. This one's over. Harrison Johnson went down hard after the shot came from Thompson. Lemon there to check on him. Johnson up and down celebrating. What a hockey game that was. Final score tonight, 3-2. The Legacy Sabres had Minot High their first loss inside of the conference, and they did it in regulation. Woofda. Plenty to talk about tonight in our postgame show, brought to you by Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial. 3-2 is the final. Legacy picks up their 4th ever win over Minot. This one was a thriller. 3-2 the final. We'll break it down when we come back here to the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready? Break.
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors. Your plan, your future, your team.
Well, if you like thrillers, we had it for you tonight at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Isaac Jerome picks up number 5 on the year. With under a minute to play in regulation to give Legacy the win tonight, they improved to 8-1-1 inside of the conference. They handed Minot their first loss inside of conference play. Minot drops to 8-1. We also talked about Minot being on quite a heater. They haven't lost since the first 2 games of the year against Davies and Fargo North. Since then, they've been on a 13-game win streak. If you count the wins against Hazen and the JV matchup earlier on here this week. Let me make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them in a row. That number was right.
Math specialist.
Yeah, that's my specialty for sure. Matt, we really couldn't have been treated to a better game here tonight, could we?
No, we figured it would be good. Legacy Minot is usually always exactly what kind of just like this. It's a little bit of game of momentum. Minot got the first 2. They jumped all over them. You thought, whoa, wow, okay, good start for them. And then Bismarck, Legacy comes right back, and then the second period was just kind of both teams settled down. It was a good period, just more defensive. Nobody wants to do anything have any real big problem, big changes. And then the third period could have gone either way. We said it. One goal was going. We were right on. We said one goal will probably win it. And what's funny is that you get in this time of the year and into February, they're going to meet again. It'll probably be the same thing.
I would have to think.
Good games, maybe a little more scoring, but it was back and forth. Both goalies played pretty solid. I thought each team had some nice chances. You talk about some good chances. It was good, a lot of good flow for the game. I thought it was wide open at 3, 4, 5 minute times where it was back and forth with not a lot of whistles. It's good. I thought it was a good battle for these guys.
Looking at the highlights brought to you by DriveRyan.com. Browse our massive inventory online. Drive Ryan and Ryan Family Dealerships. Bradley got the first of the game, 8th of the year tonight from Thompson and Hagenow. Then Minot Servpro power play struck when Richardson and Thompson set up Bradley for his second of the game, 9th of the year. Ben Garley got his 18th, team high 18th on the Servpro power play, assisted by Johnson and Raschke. Legacy got another one, this time Harrison Johnson, 16th of the year from Hood and Presley McKay. That set us to 2-2. That's where we went all the way into the third period. And we picked these highlights up in the third right here. You're going to see Isaac Jerome's 5th of the year coming up from Renz. And also on the assist was Cooper Schwann to get the goal to put Legacy into the win column tonight on the road at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Legacy on the road's gone 3-1-2 on the season. There you see the game winner here in tonight's contest. Final shots on goal, 29-21. Minot had the advantage. Thought Richardson played well here tonight. Crumwitty certainly played well on the other side for the Legacy Sabres. What does it do for the standings? Well, Minot's still going to be the top team inside the conference with that 6-point win over Hazen the other night. 10-0-0 coming in. They dropped to a record now of 10-1-0 inside of conference play, according to the official highschoolhockeyND.com standings on the website. Legacy moves to 8-1-1. 3 more points tonight for the Legacy Sabres, moves them up to 29 points on the year. I would have to think these two teams probably are going to match up again down the road. We've talked about it a couple times here this evening, and I'm guessing that Legacy is only going to continue to pick up steam. 10th straight win for the Sabres. They host Dickinson next after they beat Dickinson 2-0 just 2 nights ago. Then they have Williston, then Bottineau, then Jamestown, Century, and Mandan. I don't know that I would say that the road gets easier. However, it's not going to be quite like playing Minot United after tonight's contest, with United being the top team inside of the West coming in. For United, they Have Botno Rugby on their home ice next. That's on the 20th of January. We'll have it for you here on the PSP Network. They go to Dickinson, then Jamestown. They're at home against Century. Then they go to Mandan. They close out their year on their home ice against Bismarck before the WDA tournament coming up right around the corner. Move of the game tonight brought to you by our friends at Magic City Home Leisure. If you're in the market or on the fence about the hot tub or the spa, sauna, maybe a billiards table, I'm telling you, just swing into Magic City Home Leisure. And you'll be like me, you'll have a hot tub in your backyard before you can say Charlie Brown, because those things are fantastic, aren't they, Matt?
That's great. That's great.
Move of the game tonight. How do you not go with this one? The game winner in tonight's hockey game, Isaac Jerome to the top shelf. Wasn't a fluky one either. Just if there would have been a water bottle up there, I think it probably would have been gone. Right to where Grandma keeps the cookies. Your move of the game brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure. They bring you tonight's move of the game. Let's take one more look at this one. Bingo. Congratulations, Isaac Jerome's 5th of the year. Our move of the game brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure. More action on the PSP Network coming up tomorrow night. You thought tonight was good? Wait till tomorrow. St. Mary's and Dickinson boys and girls basketball doubleheader. Minot High and Century boys and girls basketball doubleheader. Mandan at Legacy in a boys and girls doubleheader. And Glenbird and Surrey and girls hoops tomorrow night as well on the PSP Network. Some marquee WDA basketball matchups tomorrow. Hope you join us for those here on PSP. Final order of business, our MVP of tonight's game. MVP, home to the haircut experience for MVPs. My son Ike and I were there earlier on today, and it was fantastic watching the little guy get his hair cut. They did such a good job with him. He looks like a...
You guys were on the buddy plan.
We were on the buddy plan today. Job well done to ladies at Sport Clips, home to the MVP haircut experience. Isaac Jerome's got to be in the conversation. Bradley's got to be in the conversation. Johnson in that line for Legacy has to be in the conversation, but I'm a goaltender at heart. That's where I played the position. It easily could have been a Minot United win here tonight. However, the netminder for the Legacy Sabres, Brody Krumwitty, came up pretty big tonight, didn't he? 27 of 29 on the save column. He's my MVP here in tonight's contest.
We talk about it. You're on the road. You're in You're in someone else's rink. Just hey, be in there. Be in it. Stay with your game. If you get Bismarck Legacy gets down 2-0, they don't panic. They've got the firepower to get back in it. They do. And then you just hang in there and you don't do anything crazy and dumb, and you don't take bad penalties, and just kind of play your game, and you wait for your chances, and they made the best of their chances when they did. And not that you can't fault Richardson on those. The first two were tapping. I mean, that one-timer from Garley, I don't think any high school goalie would have stopped that. That was a pretty good shot. Johnson's goal, tap in. He just redirected. He lost sight of it. That was happened. But you need your Legacy. You're on the road. You always just give yourself a chance. You give your team a chance. You're at the end of the game. You're in it. Whether you're down one or tied, you've got a chance to tie it or to win it. And that's the thing. You're end of a game and you're in a tight game. Even if you're down one, you pull your goalie and you get that 6-on-5, and you look for opportunities. You're looking for anything remotely close to the net. It's fluky. They're garbage goals. They're deflections. They're rebounds. Nobody worries about how they went in. They just worry about what it says on the scoreboard, and that's all that matters. And Legacy, it's big 3 points getting out here for those guys tonight. Big win. It's going to be just as big a battle the next time they play.
We talked about this off air earlier on tonight in the pregame show. I said every coach is going to tell you that they really don't care about wins and losses right now in the middle of the season. They just want to be playing their best hockey in February. And I said, I may call maybe that's not always how it is. You want to win all of them, obviously. But for Minot United, a loss here tonight probably isn't the worst possible scenario either, is it? To maybe have a little piece of humble pie when you're 10-0 in the conference?
I don't think it's a bad thing. It's as long as as long as you get back on track next week. Tomorrow's a new day. You get back to practice. I mean, you look at in the past, Minot's had a hot streak going, and then you get beat by somebody, and sometimes, not saying Minot overlooked them, because I don't think they did that at all, but just sometimes a loss is the best thing for you. It kind of focuses on how to regroup, What do they got to do to get back to business? Like I said, it's one loss. It's not the end of the world. You start losing 4, 5, 6 in a row, then you've got a big concern. But they'll get back to it. They got Botno coming up on Tuesday here. You're at your home rink. It's time to get back to business. Mine will probably be a little bit of a bitter taste in their mouth, and they'll be ready to go. You can guarantee that.
Should be fun. We'll have it for you here on the PSP Network. Big thanks to Chad Olson tonight. As always, great job running the camera here tonight. Matty Moe, as always, we love having you on board. Thanks for being here, partner.
Anytime. Always a pleasure to join you.
Job well done, as always. A big thank you goes out to the military men and women. The biggest thank you of all. God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Thank all of our active and retired servicemen and women in the armed forces of the great United States of America. Big thank you as well to all those sponsors. Without them, frankly, we wouldn't be here. Big thank you to the fans for watching this thriller tonight. 3-2 Sabres over Minot United. It was a doozy. The top unit in the state of North Dakota came to town against the top goaltender in the state. When it was all said and done, the road team picks up their 10th straight win at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Join us again tomorrow night for a full slate of action inside of high school hoops. We'll have it for you on the PSP Network. Action starts with the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show 30 minutes prior to every one of these games listed tomorrow evening on PSP. For my broadcast partner, Mr. Matt Morelli, I'm Nick Holbrook signing off from the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Sabres take down Minot United in a thriller here in WDA hockey. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great night. Hope you have a great Friday tomorrow as well. And as always, God bless.
Easy. They take care of their customers.
That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western. You can bank on us.